you're watching this, and this has to mean this. I couldn't have said it better myself. Welcome back. Well, you know today what I'm reviewing because that's the title of the video. So let's get straight to that work phase. Compare these two cycle computers. So here we go, folks. We've got the two cycle computers. So on the left here is the Xoss G Plus. No, just Xoss G, sorry. Cycle computer, XOSS. And on the right is a Garmin, and this is an Edge 200, okay? So as you can see, similar sizes of unit, screen almost exactly the size. So personal preference, which is the better in terms of the style. I suppose the Garmin looks slightly better, but there's not a lot in it. So we'll give them a draw on that part. Okay, let's switch them both on. So there's the displays. Comparable displays, I would say that from experience, the Garmin actually has got a slightly better width of display, or vertical width of display, or depth of display. But other than that, they look pretty much the same. So here they are, just sat side by side. I'm just going to move the camera around to see if you can get a difference in terms of the quality of the screen. I think you'd agree there's not a lot between them in terms of brightness, in terms of screen size, all of that, not a lot between them. Now the Garmin does look a bit fancier because you've got these like little, you can put roots on, you can race against a little cyclist, but to be fair, I never really used it very much. When you're actually riding, you've got a few more options on the Garmin than you have on the Xoss. So I would say in terms of functionality, the Garmin wins. It is nominally better. You've got slightly better options in terms of the variety of displays. Next up, reliability. The Garmin did let me down once. The Xoss has had issues syncing with the app and syncing with Strava. So if you struggle syncing with Strava, click above and look at my video how to help you with that. But if you're going to sync out of prime time, and you'll actually get a better syncing. You're more likely to get a good sync with Strava. But all the time, Xoss and Strava are working together. So those issues kind of, although they're there, they do go away, as do the odd issue with linking to your phone. So problematically, the Xoss is a little bit more problematic, but not noticeably. Right. Let's go on to a few other things that these have got. Both have got stop and go automatic, which you can deploy. So there's a draw there. One thing that the Xoss does better than the Garmin is you can set it up so it automatically switches the lights on and off, the back display on and off, which you can't do on the Garmin. You've got to press a button and you can then set it up so it's off on a low setting. But on the Xoss, you can have it so that it comes on at night. Or when it's getting dark. It knows where you are from the GPS, so it can work out when it's getting dark, and it comes on automatically. That is slick. Batteries, pretty much the same. I would say there's nothing between them on the batteries. They both seem to last for a long time. Both of these batteries are fantastic. They'll last for several rides. I don't know how long. I go out maybe for 4 hours a week on the bike, and I charge it every now and then. It's not every week. A lot less than that with either of these. There's not a lot between them, but they're both great for battery. And then the one thing where the Xoss wins noticeably is that it's got a Bluetooth setting, so you can Bluetooth your data straight through to your phone, whereas with the Garmin you need to really plug it into, say, a laptop and then transfer that information up onto the Garmin application on your laptop, and then you can then sync it to Strava. Xoss is easier, but it's a little bit problematic. But when it does work, it's better. Next up, cost. This one here, you can't get it anymore, the Garmin, but when it was around, to get anything similar, you're talking 100 quid. With the Xoss, you're talking 20 to 25 quid. So the Xoss wins on that. And you can't get these Garmins anymore for some reason. You're looking at fancier Garmins with bigger, brighter displays, not just an LCD, but proper full color displays. That eats battery and means they don't last as long. So in the round, I would honestly say there's nothing between them. There's very little between them. The Garmin is perhaps nicer in some ways, but having that automatic function, being able to Bluetooth that data and just sync it straight onto your phone when it works perfectly is an absolute godsend. And so far I haven't lost any data. I've always managed to sort it out one way or another. So I would say the Xoss has to win purely from a point of view of price. If you're getting something that can outperform the Garmin in some regards, although might underperform against the Garmin in other regards, but it's costing you around about a quarter or maybe even a fifth of the price, the Xoss has to be the winner. So there you go. There you go, folks. You will get some comments on the net that the old or the new Xoss is tosh, but I think it's boss. See what I did there? Did I pull that? It's got its few limitations. It's cheap. It's costing you 20 odd quid. You're not investing your life in it. You can have a go with it, see how you get on. It acts as a good cycle computer. The one thing I don't like about it is you can't see your average speed and your current speed at the same time. You can show your average speed, or you can see your current speed, and it will tell you if you're going faster or slower than your average speed, but it won't show at the same time. You've got to click onto another menu. Whereas on the Garmin you can see it all on one, which I like. So few little preferences. If you could amalgamate the two, you'd have the ultimate. That is Steve Dogg's Xoss versus Garmin comparison. Catch you guys on the cycling flip side. I couldn't have said it better myself.